Howdy, gang. We are live again. This is yours truly, Elmo the Unruly. We are going to test out this brand new update that for Microsoft Flight Simulator. The 40th anniversary edition. I heard about this, but I had forgotten about it over the weekend. Or I didn't know it was going to happen this weekend. We're going to try out one of the features here. Yeah, there it is. They added some things. They added helicopters. Here's one. They also added gliders. Gliders here. They added those. They had these really old planes. These really old, like something that the Wright brothers would have flown, I guess. Actually, what if that's on here too? Have a look. Oh, there's my baby. Oh, hey, I finally watched Top Gun, a Maverick over the weekend. My wife, she bought it for me as an early birthday present. My birthday's later on this month. I mean, turning 49 on Thanksgiving. Kind of cool having a birthday on Thanksgiving or during Thanksgiving week. If your birthday is during a Thanksgiving week, eventually you're gonna have a birthday that's actually on Thanksgiving. Now, the pros and cons of that are pretty obvious. Your birthday could potentially be a holiday. You don't have to work. And also, well, the con of that is you have no choice of what your birthday dinner is going to be. It's going to be turkey, you know. But anyone who's seen Top Gun Maverick has seen this plane in action. This is the experimental, the Dark Star. And it is just as cool on this game as it is in the movie. I did a live stream about a couple months ago trying to fly this one. The Twitch live stream ended up malfunctioning on that one, so unfortunately I was talking for 2 hours and I wasn't actually streaming. And so it didn't record anything either. I think it recorded like the first 39 seconds of my live stream and then it just quit on me. Twitch does that sometimes. I mean, you're gonna expect some technical difficulties with a live stream service like Twitch, because Twitch is not. I mean, Twitch is basically off of their website, so it's all online streaming. So it's not like. What I should have done was record it on my computer and then do it that way, because I have this game on my computer too. This is new. This is the Goose plane. Grumman Goose. That's a new plane added to this. Update. Oh, look at that! The big Hercules. Hercules! That is a movie quote. We'll start off the live stream nice and strong here with a movie quote. You can guess the movie, I will give you a virtual cookie. Give you some Google time to track that one down. While I'm deciding which aircraft I want to fly. Another helicopter there. I don't know what this is. The heck is that? Is that a glider? That picture is really not very clear. Guess it's a glider? Nothing? Or an actual plane? Fly it and find out. Once again, Hercules! Hercules! There's my other baby. It's the warthog, or the not warthog, the pelican. I tried to fly this one when it first came out, when I first got the game last year, I think, and I could not figure out how to fly it. It just went up, straight up, and see so many planes here. That's another one. The Spirit of St. Louis, or the Spirit of St. Louis. That's another plane they added to your lineup here. These are 3 versions of this plane now, which is weird. One on wheels, one on floats, one on skis. That's a new addition or not. Oh, there it is. The Wright Brothers plane. Yeah, I was right. I remember hearing about it. We could try to fly that one, but no, I'm not gonna. Not today. Not today, Jesus. Okay. Movie quote. One more time, I'll say it. Embarrass myself. Hercules! Hercules! I'll just say it, okay. If you guessed The Nutty Professor, 1996, Eddie Murphy movie, starring Eddie Murphy in a number of roles in that movie, you would be correct. It's one of Eddie Murphy's modern day classics. One of the last movies that he did before going woke. And even then, the message in that movie was pretty obvious. Like body shaming, or in that movie's case, fat shaming is wrong. Should never make fun of overweight people, obese people. You should especially not make fun of obese people if they have a secret formula that makes them thin and manic, in that movie's case. But yeah, that is the movie I quoted. Completely 100% spur of the moment thing, because I saw the Hercules plane down there. I think I'm gonna go with either this helicopter, the big Bell helicopter. I think that's a Huey, if I'm not mistaken. Well, no, I'm not sure, because it's got the 4-bladed propeller. I want to get the Apache helicopter. I'm sure it's in the marketplace, but the bad thing about the marketplace is you have to, of course, it's in the name, a marketplace. You have to like pay for the extra content you're downloading from there. That's another one right there. That's another new plane, the DC-3. That's a very tempting option there, but I think I want to go with. I'll go with the helicopter up here, the Bell helicopter. Do that. And of course, what we're gonna do here, we're gonna fly around Anchorage, my hometown here. We're gonna take off from Elmendorf Air Force Base, and then we're gonna land at, we should fly to, oh, my wife and I were making plans taking the kids out to Whittier, which is a little town in the mountains up here. We're planning on taking the kids there this weekend, probably on Sunday, this coming Sunday. Even though it's Winter time up here. There's snow up here. Roads are kind of treacherous, but I don't know. She just got this all of a sudden urge to go to Whittier. So we're gonna go to Whittier this weekend. So that's what I'll do. I'll fly us to Whittier on this live stream. Whittier's about 40 miles outside of town, roughly. It's past Girdwood. Last live stream I did with this game that actually I made it onto YouTube was, of course, the road to Seward. If you remember, this was back in May. I flew an airplane from Anchorage to Seward, along the road, along the Seward Highway, and then I flew it back to Anchorage. It took about 2.5 hours round trip. Okay. Please note, this is my first time ever flying a helicopter in this game. I haven't played any of the tutorials. You literally watch me load up the game and play it, so I don't know how to fly this thing. So we're just gonna do it. And here we go. I can figure out how to. There we go. I don't know if I want to fly to Whittier. That might take a while. We're over Elmendorf right now. As far as I know, the live stream is still live streaming. Oh, okay. Definitely don't want to do that. I cut this live stream a little short. Or at least I fly to Whittier in this freaking piece of shit helicopter. Oh, this is too funny. I cannot control this thing. Oh my goodness. I need to take that tutorial after all. It keeps trying to go right. Just stop doing that. These controls, it's like they're backwards. Alright, I leveled off helicopter. Push forward to do that. Okay. Stop. 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 I had the same problem with that Pelican. It didn't want to. Alright, I've had enough of this crap. Okay, let's go back. We will not fly the helicopter. Not now. Because I was not going to put up with 2 hours of that crap. Pick another aircraft here. Something a little more, something that's a little more traditional. I want to fly the... You can land on the water in that thing. Yeah, let's try this out. The Grum and Goose. Unless you want to try something else. Other planes. I don't think the Grum and Goose is, one of the original planes that was on this game. Oh, no, we'll fly there on the Spirit of St. Louis. There we go. And then we'll keep it, short and sweet here, because, actually we'll land, Lake Hood's in the water, so we're not gonna... Oh, wait, no. Lake Hood is, there's a runway there. I forgot. Sunrise is a bit later up here now because we're going into the winter months. We got about 10:30ish. 10:30 in the morning here. 7:30 p.m. Wherever UTC is. Sorry about the helicopter thing, folks. That was a bust. I gotta figure out how to fly helicopters in this game. Means I gotta take the stupid tutorial. I don't like tutorials because tutorials are, you know, they're just tedious, you know. Like going to driving school, you know. Yeah, it is the best way to learn, but you know, when you're playing a game, you just want to play the damn game. You don't want to like to learn stuff. Now this is accurate. This is a true story. It is snowing up here. It is winter time here. There's snow on the ground. Look at that old piece of junk I gotta fly. Let's do it. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Take a moment to just admire this thing. Yes, we are gonna fly to Whittier and back in this old heap hunk of junk. That jet is in my way. They made some updates to this thing. And here we go. Flying to Whittier and back again. On the spirit of St. Louis. Please forgive my my like freaking boomer memory. I forgot what made the spirit of St. Louis. I think why it was so significant. Wasn't this the plane that first crossed the Atlantic? And wasn't it that that the Nazi sympathizer guy, Charles Lindbergh, wasn't he the one who flew it? Yeah, looking at that guy, it's just Charles Lindbergh. Ended up being a very controversial type of character. He, yeah, he had during World War II, he turned into a goddamn like Nazi, one of those Nazis, Nazi sympathizers. If he's from St. Louis, as the plane suggests, and he was one of those Missouri Nazis, kind of related to them Illinois Nazis from the Blues Brothers movie. Came out in 1980. Yeah. Nazis. Bunch of assholes, those guys. I don't know, I might have to Google that one just to make sure, but I'm pretty sure that's the same Charles Lindbergh. I don't even know if he flew this freaking plane or not. I think it's him, yeah. I hear, every time I hear this plane, that's the first guy I think of is Charles Lindbergh, so I'm just going to go with that, okay? My second guess was going to be Amelia Earhart, okay? She wasn't a Nazi. She was just a good old American girl that got lost in her... Well, I guess I shouldn't be asking because nobody knows where she went down. Good old Amelia Earhart. Damn, this plane is slow. Maybe I shouldn't have picked Whittier. That's kind of far away. That other plane I picked before, remember? That was fascinating. Oh, look. Okay, landmark time. We're going to do the same thing we did with the last trip out there. But when we flew to Seward. But good thing about that, Whittier is a lot closer than Seward. So right here, this is the same trip we took. This is a Minnesota drive. Turns into O'Malley. Big road. I use it a lot in real life. Here we go. After this trip is done, if I have time, I'll pick the Dark Star. We'll go fly on the moon, all right? I'm kidding. This game won't let you fly to the moon, but it will let you go in an orbit. Seriously, I've done it a few times. That last live stream I tried to do with the Dark Star plane, yeah, I literally flew up over 200,000 feet up into low orbit. There's O'Malley, there's Target way over there. Coming up on Old Seward. We're gonna turn on Old Seward. Actually, no, let's fly to New Seward. New Seward is right up the road here. Okay, here's Old Seward. I think. No, this is Old Seward, right here. This is Old Seward. That's Lowe's right over there. Okay. This is New Seward. Alright. That's true. Gotta remember the controls here. This is not Grand Theft Auto 5. That's different controls. But anyway, here we are. We're on the new Seward Highway, heading out of town. We are going to fly down to Whittier, where we're going to be going this weekend. If you're just tuning in, flying to Whittier, Alaska. It's basically just literally a hole in the wall or a hole in the mountain. You gotta drive through a tunnel, railroad tunnel, to get to Whittier. You literally drive two and a half miles under a mountain to get to Whittier. That sounds unbelievable. Trust me, it is true. If the weather is permitting on that day too, we might mosey on up to the Buckner building, which is really old. It's a building. It used to belong to the military, the army. They used it to house military personnel during. Was it during or was it after World War II? I can't remember. I'll have to look it up. Essentially, the entire town lived in that building, and then they built a new one in the 1960s, I think, and it basically serves the same purpose. Essentially, the entire town of Whittier lives in that building. We're passing Rabbit Creek. We are on the Seward Highway. Can't really see it that well. You can see the cars moving underneath us. Beautiful. Never. I mean, I've flown early like this in the game before, but the graphics are just amazing. Look at this. Oh, the weather's kind of shitty over there. We're leaving it. Right now, current weather. I picked a later time because I didn't want to fly in the nighttime, in the dark. I wanted to be able to see where I'm going, and I wanted you to be able to. If you, the viewer, I wanted you to enjoy the graphics here. That's why I changed the time. Right now, real life, it's just after 5:30 in the morning. I've been up most of the night already. I was going to start live streaming earlier, about 3 o'clock, but the good old Xbox, all those updates, every time you turn it on, there's something needs an update, and ended up doing a lot of the downloading. I mean, just to download this game, the 40th anniversary edition, I had to move a game off of my Xbox's SSD drive to my HDD drive. Like a 40 gigabyte game that I had to move. That I don't really play that much. That Tales of Arise game, I'll stream that one someday, but not today. I really wanted this update to go through. So now, obviously, the highway doesn't really look like this. Those cars look like they're driving like NASCAR at an angle. Some clipping going on here. Actually, this plane isn't flying that slow. Just slower than the other plane I used last time when I flew out to Seward, the road to Seward. We are not going that far. We are going. See where the sun is right now? It's kind of where we're going. Those mountains up ahead, and then we'll turn around. We'll come back again. But oh my goodness, what a heck of a week. Last week, of course, the big midterm elections happened. The so-called red wave that was predicted didn't actually happen like it was hyped up to be. That's the problem with hype. Hype generally breeds like disappointment. And I think a lot of folks, unfortunately, they were caught up in that hype. And I'll admit I was too. You know, I was expecting slightly like different results. But now as more of the facts come out about it, we are beginning to see that what happened was that establishment Republicans, namely Mitch McConnell, who was in charge of the Senate leadership fund for the GOP, all the GOP candidates, you see, they dip into this. It's a fund that that Mitch McConnell unfortunately was in charge of. Mitch McConnell is one of those establishment Republicans that we hear about. Sometimes they're called rhinos. Not necessarily, not all of them are rhinos, but there are quite a few of them that qualify as rhino. Rhino, R-I-N-O. That stands for Republican in name only. Which is essentially, you probably heard this before, the Uniparty, which is one party. You got your Republicans and you got your Democrats, and they're both a part of this Uniparty system, where their politics are different, but they all serve the same. They all serve the same masters, essentially. Their primary focus is not necessarily their politics; it's the power that they want to keep and maintain. And when I mean power, I mean they want to hold on to their public office and be on the inside track where all the where all the insider trading happens. You got your multi-million dollar politicians that earn $175,000 a year. And you wonder how the heck did they do it? Well, this is how they do it. They all kind of watch and wash each other's backs. They help each other to stay in power at the cost of the your common American citizen. They're not looking out for you. They're not looking out for me. They're not looking out for our benefit. They're looking out for their own benefit. That is what the Uniparty, what they stand for. They stand for themselves. And that's what Mitch McConnell stands for. And what happened, and we're seeing this right now, today, in Alaska, and I'll tell you about this here in a bit. But what Mitch McConnell was doing, see, he was the one in charge of the Senate leadership fund for the GOP. Means that he was in charge of financing the various political races going on throughout the country. You had politicians running for election in all 50 states, Alaska included. And thing about Mitch McConnell, he does not like MAGA Republicans. Now, MAGA stands for Making America Great Again, which means these are Trump Republicans. And meaning these are the ones who, the so-called election deniers. Election deniers. Those are the ones who believe that the 2020 election that ousted President Trump, was a fraudulent election. there are a bunch of these MAGA Republicans who are running on that notion that the 2020 elections were illegitimate. They say that they were it was a stolen election, which is why when in 2020 Trump ran for re-election, a lot of his Republican Party, his own party, essentially they turned on him. Those were the establishment Republicans like Mitch McConnell, who wanted to hold on to his job as the Senate Majority Leader for the GOP, the Republicans. He pretended to be an ally of Trump until Trump no longer served his purpose for McConnell. And I mean, if you've had a couple years, you've heard about this, I'm sure. So, but fast forward 2 years later, Mitch McConnell doesn't want any MAGA Republicans in his congressional country club of his congressional uniparty country club, because he would lose power and influence to these MAGA Republicans who felt that the 2020 election was not a legitimate election. You following me so far? Okay. Now, because Mitch McConnell was in charge of all the money in this 2022 midterm elections for the GOP, for the Republicans like running for office this year, he was pulling funding from certain races around the country, putting more money into other races. For instance, for example, Colorado, he pulled a whole bunch of that money into the Colorado race because he wanted his establishment Republican that was running down there. I forget his name. Anyway, that guy got slaughtered. All right, he lost that election, big time. He could have put that money into Vermont. He could have put it into New Hampshire races. He could have put in the Arizona race, the big one, with was it Carrie Lake versus shucks, what's that lady name? Katie Hobb or something like that. I forget her name. I'm trying to concentrate on flying here, but anyway. Good old Mitch McConnell, instead of putting all that money into those races, and this is where Alaska comes in, he decided to put $9 million of that money into the Alaska race between Kelly, I call her Chewbacca, because her last name is Chewbacca. YouTube subtitles will call her Chewbacca anyway, so I call her Chewbacca now. Kelly Chewbacca versus Lisa Murkowski, another big name establishment Republican, another big name Rhino Republican in name only. Lisa Murkowski, as we know, or you will know if you don't know now, she voted to have Trump impeached. She was one of the yes votes to impeach Trump the second time, and I believe the first time around too. Lisa Murkowski is one of Mitch McConnell's, one of his buddies, right? And we had this silly ranked choice election, or ranked choice voting election up here. Probably the worst idea if you ever come along. It's not your traditional voting system where the one that gets the most votes wins. It's not just that. No, they made it in where you get a ranked choice. You select 4 candidates, 1, 2, 3, 4, in that order, and obviously your first choice, that's the one you want. However, something happens to your first choice, say if they drop out of the race or something, or if they lose their election, you have your second choice, which is whoever you picked, and then your third choice and your fourth choice, like that. So our election results are going to take probably till the end of the month to get tallied and totaled and reported. Right now, though, Kelly Chewbacca is leading with something like 94,000 votes, and Lisa Murkowski is right behind her with 91,000 or something votes. That's essentially, they're both Republicans, okay? Kelly Chewbacca is a Trump-endorsed, a MAGA Republican, while Lisa Murkowski is an establishment Republican, or a rhino as I call her. But they're still Republican versus Republican. No matter who wins out of those two, they're sending a Republican up to the U.S. The Senate. Mitch McConnell naturally wants his buddy Lisa Murkowski to go up to the Senate because that's his buddy. And she voted to impeach Trump. Kelly Chewbacca was endorsed, very publicly endorsed by Trump. They had a big rally up here back in July. You might have heard me talk about it. Back then, there's Girdwood. We got to go further up the highway to Whittier. Whittier's right over there, straight ahead, up around the bend there. But anyway, so I am not too confident that Kelly Chewbacca is going to hold on to that lead, because anytime you, and this is historically accurate, anytime there's a big delay in the vote counts, generally that means there's some cheating going on somewhere. They're holding on to the votes somewhere. They're going to count them. They're going to recount them. And then if in the end Kelly Chewbacca ends up ahead, oh my goodness, hey, there's, look, 100,000 new, ballots that we found. They were just, laying around somewhere. Sitting there in somebody's closet. Hey, all these votes happen to all be for Lisa Murkowski. Hey, Lisa Murkowski won. That, I'm 99% sure that's how it's going to go out. That's how it's all going to go down. Because essentially the reason why we had this ranked choice of voting this year in Alaska was so that Lisa Murkowski can keep her job as our senator. This is not conspiracy theory. It's just, it's like the truth is right there. You see it. You see it happen. You know what's going to happen. If Kelly Chewbacca wins, it messes up everything, okay? Granted, there probably will still be a Democrat majority in the Senate, even if Chewbacca wins, because that's all according to plan. That's what they want. That's what they wanted. It's already been predetermined. But because the idea is Mitch McConnell does not want any MAGA Republicans in Congress, or as few as possible, just because they don't want the MAGA Republicans screwing up the whole machine, so to speak. Or I have to go to get to Whittier. Looking for Whittier. I don't know where Whittier is. Can't tell a damn thing in this. Oh, it might be up here. There's a Seward Highway. It's still there, covered in snow. Fortunately, because this is all based off of the Bing maps, there's not a whole lot of detail here. Now, Whittier is supposed to be to the left of the highway. I don't know how far I have to go to get there. No road signs here, you see. Might have to cancel the Whittier thing on this game, at least. There's a highway. You can see the highway here. But yeah, we're not going to know the results of the Kelly Chewbacca, Lisa Murkowski race until next week, probably. They're predicting November 23rd, one day before my birthday. I think Whittier's over there. I'm trying to find some landmarks where I can... I think, yeah, it's over there. Not flying to Seward. Yeah, because I think, alright, up ahead is Portage Glacier. Portage Glacier is, well, it's a glacier. It's a glacier that's been receding for the past, oh gosh, probably longer than I've been alive. When I was a little kid, you could drive right up to the Portage Glacier viewing area, walk right out there and touch the ice with your hand. You can't do that anymore because the glacier is receding now. It's way back in the mountains. Where once there was a glacier, now there's a lake. I mean, there's a glacier there, but you have to go out. You have to take a boat out there. Pretty sure that's what's straight ahead of us. And that mountain to the far left, right there, I believe that's the mountain where on the other side is Whittier. I believe so. I'm kind of just throwing darts at the dartboard here, so to speak. The river underneath us. Somewhere on the other side of those mountains is Whittier, and that's where we're going. I believe it's straight ahead though. That mountain looks kind of familiar. That looks like that's where Portage Glacier is supposed to be. Whittier would be to the left of Portage Glacier. So but yeah, the whole election thing is, this year, the midterm elections, a lot of them were so close that it's too tough to really determine any type of corruption. It's really hard to see, and I'm pretty sure that's intentional. Now they're saying in the news, oh, there's no red wave, that's just a big hoax, yada yada yada. I don't know, there was a red wave. It did happen. It just didn't happen as like they thought it was going to happen. the results, instead of being just a big landslide win for the red candidates, the MAGA Republicans and whatnot, or Republican candidates in general, what happened was the races were all so close, which is odd because they said that the voter turnout was actually lower than they thought it was going to be. All right, I don't know how far back to go here. I don't even see a road here. That might be a road. That might be a lake. Not sure. I don't see any cars here, see? It's all snowy. And it's all, I know Portage Glacier. If I could find Portage Glacier, I'd know where Whittier is. It's around here somewhere. Might be the glacier right there, actually. Actually, yeah, that right there looks like a glacier. In which case, Whittier be on the other side of that mountain right straight ahead. So we're gonna fly up and over it. It'll let me. Maybe I should just fly around it. Fly around the mountain, not over it. If this is the right mountain, Whittier should be on the other side of it. If it's not the right mountain, then I don't know where Whittier is. It's around here somewhere. But anyway, yeah, the whole election thing, it's just too close to call in so many races around the country that, but I believe, yes, a red wave, it did occur. It didn't occur quite to the expectations of a lot of Trump supporters that are still out there. And you're starting to hear things about how, MAGA is no more, the movement is all, there's no more MAGA, it's just whatever. But you gotta understand something here. Okay, MAGA country, in my humble opinion, it's here to stay. It's not going anywhere. People forget Trump won Alaska twice. Okay, so Trump, as far as Alaska is concerned, Alaska is MAGA country. It's a red state. Trump won up here twice. He won the 2016 election and the 2020 election in Alaska, and in a number of other states as well. Trump's still a very popular guy. That's why Mitch McConnell. That's why he did what he did. He doesn't want Trump around anymore because Trump is a viable threat to the establishment Republicans. There's a big movement alive in this country that wants the establishment Republicans out, or at least on the back burner. The reason being, establishment Republicans, a lot of them are rhinos. They might as well be Democrats at that point, which goes back to the whole uniparty thing. You have both parties, establishment parties, looking out for each other. You know, they're helping each other keep their jobs, essentially. They all want tenure there. That's why Nancy Pelosi, why she's been in politics for as long as she has. Why Joe Biden, I mean, he was in politics for 47 years before becoming president. Okay? 47 years. He's a career politician. He, that's all he knows. He's never had a real job, you know, in that time. You look at what these establishment politicians are doing with themselves. Okay? They don't have actual jobs. All they do is vote. A bill goes through Congress the way a bill goes through Congress, and all these guys do is they vote on it. That's it. And I mean, how tough is that to cast a vote, you know? I don't know where Whittier is. I'm just screwing around right now, but let's set it over there. Oh. Eaiwr. Whittier. I think that's Whittier. Okay, we gotta go that way. I didn't go far enough. We'll just fly through the mountains here because it looks so pretty. So pretty up here. Anyone who ever wants to visit Alaska, please do so. I've seen people say, "Oh, I don't want to visit Alaska. It's too cold." It's like, well, it's part of the experience, though. You see, it's nature. Alaska is nature in all of its raw beauty. It is so beautiful up here. Everywhere you look, see, there's a picture. 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 You know, it's all very picturesque up here. Yeah, good old Charles Lindbergh, that Nazi. Sure knows how to pick his planes, though, doesn't he? This is a nice plane. And Nazi, I sympathize her anyway. Can't say Nazi or else YouTube will flag you. But he say Nazi. For those that don't know, I was mocking Charles Lindbergh, okay? I don't know. People way back then, in those times, like before World War II, they had a different type of politics back then. You know, you had all these big name companies back then that were doing business with the Nazis, and supporting the German guy over there, the crazy German guy over there. Big name companies like they're still around today. IBM, Westinghouse, that Fanta soda was created in Germany, in like Nazi Germany. The Fanta orange soda company. Reason being was because Coca-Cola would not do business in Nazi Germany once the war started. So, yeah, all those poor German people, Nazi supporters over there couldn't drink their Coca-Cola because Coca-Cola wouldn't do business with Hitler. So um, so some guy over there created Fanta orange soda as, I don't know if it's orange soda originally. I think it was just called, like a cola or something? I don't know. I'll have to research a little deeper in that. But it was meant to be an alternative to Coca-Cola because they couldn't get Coca-Cola in Germany. And I'm gonna paraphrase the late comedian Norm Macdonald, may he rest in peace. Great guy. I've been watching a lot of his stuff lately. But he made this really funny joke. He goes, yeah, people talk about how Iraq, North Korea, I'm not worried about them. One country I am worried about is Germany. Because anyone who knows their history knows that last century, Germany decided to go to war. And who do they go to war with? The world. And you would think that the world would have taken care of that problem within like about 5 seconds. But no, it was actually close. Then about 30 years later, Germany decided to go to war again. And who did they go to war with again? This time, the world. Now you would think after both times, and again, yeah, it was close. And you would think after both times, the world would come to its senses and tell Germany, hey, you can't be a country anymore. Unparaphrased, okay. And that was a terrible version of Norm Macdonald, but still. I wouldn't even call that an impression. I think it was a bad version of Norm Macdonald. Now, my airspeed's going down. I may have to turn around because this plane's apparently not very well suited for flying through the mountains. I just want to get over that little hump over there. Because apparently Whittier is supposed to be on the other side of this. I saw it was like 14 like nautical miles away or something. I definitely didn't fly like far enough over the highway. I am losing a lot of airspeed here trying to fly over this mountain. Probably not gonna make it over. I have to end this one kind of early. Not the live stream, not yet. I want to give it that another hour or so, but because there are other parts of this game I want to take a look at. This is the 40th anniversary of. All right, not gonna make it. Oh shucks, crashed. Can I cheat like on Grand Theft Auto? Nope, I just crashed. Wait. Oh, look at that. You can cheat. There's Whittier. Over there. About 5 nautical miles. Go down a bit. I didn't know it. I was about 1 minute ago old. Not even that. I didn't know that you can reset your plane in the air like that. I thought once you crash, it was it. Reset the game and all that stuff. I don't play this game a whole lot. See. That's a pretty airplane for a Nazi I sympathizer to pick out, though. Didn't he, like, I think I read he built the plane, like, didn't he? Or he had a hand in like, building it? Something? There's Whittier. Right there. I was right. There's Whittier. That's where we're going this weekend. Little town, little tiny town. Obviously, as you can tell, it's in a very remote location. You literally have to drive through a mountain to get there. Or you can or you can fly there, take a boat there, but, you know. Just gonna fly over the town, let you have a look at it. If you can see the town, I'm not sure. We're gonna have any landmarks here. Doesn't look like it. But the location is like here. Okay, yeah, that's Whittier right there. There's nothing there. There is something there in real life, but not in the game. Fortunately. Oh yeah, no, there's a building. You see one building there. There's not much to Whittier. Okay. What's that big... See the big building over there? Let's go fly over it. That might be where Whittier actually is. You got some tessellation there along the cliff. I don't know if that's just a glitch in the game or what, but yeah. Okay, that should... No, that's the town of Whittier over there. You see it? See the big building there? That's, looks like the new Buckner building. Okay, yeah, this is the actual town of Whittier. The new Buckner building's way over there. The old Buckner building, the scary one, is right there. Look at it. That's the old Buckner building. Rumored to be very haunted. Like, with real ghosts and stuff. More likely, like, wild animals. That's the new Buckner building. That's where the whole town lives. Okay, yeah, yeah, this is accurate. This is how the town essentially looks, as far as where all the buildings are. Wow, amazing that they got this much, detail. I want to go in there though. I want to do a one of those ghost hunts in there. Maybe we'll go and check it out this weekend. I might even try to post it on our channel here. If I can go inside there for a little bit, that'd be great. Just to check it out. Okay. This is Whittier. Thank you. Good night. To quote the guy who won in Pennsylvania last week, what's his name? John Fetterman. Yeah, did you hear about that guy in Pennsylvania? His name is Fetterman. He beat the other guy. Was it Dr. Oz from Oprah Winfrey's crappy channel? I don't know. Republicans, they could have picked a way better candidate than Dr. Oz. I do not like that guy. He's kind of creepy looking. And he's not even a real doctor. He's just a... Or, I mean, he might be a doctor, but he doesn't practice medicine, I guess. And his show, like Dr. Oz, was all what do you call it stuff? Holistic, like remedies. Like not, no, there's nothing like medical about his TV show or his opinions for the most part. It was just all holistic and medicine, like herbs and the supplements that he's trying to sell on his show, and whatever books he writes, he tries to sell these supplements to people. And people, they buy into his shit, And yeah, the Republicans ran that guy, and Democrats ran this guy, John Fetterman. And I had nothing against the guy, but poor guy had a stroke. Like, was it back in, I think, May? And the thing is, poor guy's got brain damage now. And he should have dropped out of the race. They should have let him drop out of the race, but the Democrats decided it was better to run, for him to continue to run. And his idiot wife thought the same thing. I ended up just feeling sorry for the guy, because, I mean, come on, the guy just had a stroke, okay? Now he's literally brain damaged. And I was quoting him, like back there when I was flying over Whittier, when I said, he goes, "Hello, everybody. Thank you, and good night." Like during one of his speeches, during one of his rallies. Okay, he had Obama was there, Joe Biden's there, rallying for Fetterman, Pennsylvania, at this rally. And Obama's up there, he's like yelling and screaming, "Democracy is on the ballot this year, blah, 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 blah," and then Joe Biden's up there, whatever Joe Biden says, it's just, drooling out of his mouth. Senile president that we have. And then finally John I. Fetterman comes on stage, and he goes, he essentially goes, "Hello, everybody. I thank you and good night." Everybody's kind of looked at it like, what the hell? And I think somebody told him, he needs to keep talking. I mean, I'm not mocking the guy, because that guy's got brain damage, okay? I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat or fucking libertarian or communist or whatever. You don't run a guy that's got brain damage. You don't run him for public office. You don't make him run for public office. Okay, you just don't do that. It's just so not right, We are flying back to Anchorage now. We're just gonna beeline it. I got lost in the mountains back there. I'm amazed I found Whittier. It was like, that was like literally like finding a needle in the haystack. If it wasn't for that thing that popped up telling me that Whittier was close by, I never would have found it. I would have turned around and went back long ago. Like what we're doing now. Getting later in the day, the sun's coming up more. This is in the game's real time. But yeah, how about this plane, huh? This is a historical plane. The Spirit of St. Louis. Charles Lindbergh, that Nazi sympathizer, flew it across the Atlantic. I mean, this is why I really don't subscribe to celebrities and their politics. I mean, Charles Lindbergh as a Nazi. It's almost as... Okay, no, I'll take that back. It's... I was gonna say, like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson endorsing Joe Biden. You know, that might be pushing it a little too far. I'm not gonna compare The Rock to a Nazi sympathizer after all. That'd be terrible. No, I'm not gonna do that. But I will say though that the disappointment was growing on the same tree, so to speak. It was a different branch of the same tree, but disappointment. Why I really don't subscribe to celebrities and their politics, because a lot of them tend to disappoint you. Even people I admire tend to. It's like that old saying goes: you never want to know your heroes. You know, whether they're in the movies or in literature. For example, I talked about this before during one of the Moons of Madness like live streams I did last month. Remember, I was talking about H.P. Lovecraft. Great writer. One of our greatest writers, I think, in all of American history. Fantastic writer. But, I mean, a terrible person. Terrible person, though. I mean, the guy hated everybody that wasn't white, for one. He was afraid of pretty much every minority, you know. He even managed to H.P. Lovecraft, he even managed to diss, you know, my people, you know, Eskimos. How the hell do you even... Where the hell did he see an Eskimo? I mean, was it like a picture in a, you know, freaking like a book or something? He mentioned the Eskimos in his Call of Cthulhu, a short novel, or short story. He called us, quote, degenerate Eskimos, unquote. And he dissed us so bad that he spelled Eskimo wrong. He spelled it like how the French spell it, I guess. Instead of Eskimo, like how it's correctly spelled, he spelled it Esquimaux. Like the French version of Eskimo. And he added the word degenerate right in front of that, and was to say, yeah, it was such a savage and low people, according to him, that which didn't alter my opinion of his books, because I love his work. I don't think I've read all of them, but I read a lot of the major ones. Call of Cthulhu is probably my favorite one. That one's probably the most accessible. I mean, Metallica even wrote a they even did a song about it. And he had other really great short novels or short stories. The color out of Space. It's actually made into a movie, in a couple of movies actually. Oh, one was like a short movie. You ever watch a movie, Creep Show, from like 1981? The one story, The Death of Jordy Verrill, was essentially The Color Out of Space. Stephen King, he didn't really rip it off. He's kind of was paying homage paying an homage to that story. He did the same thing with his book, the Tommyknockers, except he substituted a UFO instead of a meteorite that hit the ground. It was a UFO that crashed into the woods, and started turning all the appliances to life and all that stuff. The Tommyknockers, yeah, that's a good book. You should check it out. Anyway, what else? There's Gerbit over there. We're flying back home. Right there is the Girdwood, the gas station, the big one. Flying right over it. And over there is Alyeska. See it from here, right there in the middle. But anyway. What else did H.P. Lovecraft? What else did he write? Oh, one of my favorites, At the Mountains of Madness. That's probably his. That was probably his. The best work he ever did. The most ambitious one. Like definitely one of his longest stories was At the Mountains of Madness. But the Call of Cthulhu, that's still my favorite. And he wrote a bunch of other like little ones, like short stories. Gosh, I can name so many. The Shadow over Innsmouth, Haunter of the Dark, Green Quest of Unknown Kadath, The Case of Charles Dexter Ward. There's the like Dunwich Horror, or the Dunwich Horror, was actually made into a movie. Came out in 1970, and it starred the Quantum Leap guy. What's his face? He was in Dune. The 1984 movie, Dune. I forget his name. And I'm too lazy to look it up. So. But anyway. But going back to my point, and the point was, you don't want to get to know your heroes too closely, because in the end, you're almost always going to you're almost always going to be disappointed in what you find, because you're going to see their human side and all their character flaws, quirks. You're going to find out about their politics. You're going to find out that they don't support the same candidates that you do. If you're a pro-life person, your favorite movie actor, movie star is probably going to be pro-choice. Things like that. And there's my lovely wife. And my baby boy! I'm going to have to cut this live stream short because he's in charge of the TV when he's awake. He loves Cocomelon. Which is probably for the best, because I don't know how to land this plane. So, we're almost to Anchorage. It's over there. You kind of get the idea. I just wanted to try out this new update they did to Microsoft Flight Simulator. It is about after 6:30 in the morning. Everybody's trying to wake up. I've got to get the kids ready for school. If I'm your hero, well, see, you don't want to get to know your heroes too well. You know that I have a life, a domestic life. I don't work today, but I do have a job, and I have kids that have to go to school. So I'm gonna have to cut this live stream short. See, another one of my kids just woke up. Alrighty, we are going to cut this short. But I hope you had fun watching. You didn't quite make the round trip, but we've been here before. Maybe I'll try to learn how to fly the helicopter instead of what I was doing earlier. Yeah, anybody who's been watching, thank you for watching. As always, I appreciate the audience. Hope you folks have yourselves a wonderful rest of your day. I'm gonna have a very fun day. I'm taking my wife out to go shopping later, and she's gonna get a brand new haircut or hairstyle. And so yeah, my My day off's going to be fun today. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'm going to sign off for now. And until next time, I will see you on the flip side. And I am out of here. Peace.